Hello everyone, welcome to the new class of chemistry. Up till the previous classes, we discussed about molecularity as well as molecularity and order of reaction. We discussed the differences between both these. Today's classes, we discuss about a particular term, the integrated rate equation. So, what is actually the integrated rate equation? See, whatever we had studied about the reaction, rate of a reaction, we had completely focused on a particular thing. It is instantaneous. It is instantaneous reactions. We had completely studied up till now about instantaneous reactions. Means reactions where the which from where the particular period of time or a particular instant we can determine the reaction rate, but it is actually very much difficult to express the rate low in some situations for this instantaneous reaction. So in that situation, what we do, we whatever the reaction is, we just try to integrate the reaction. I think and I believe that you had studied the integration process or how the integration is done in your classes. The integration chapters has been started. So this method, the integration method, helps us a lot about how the reaction or the order of the reaction, the rate of the reaction can be calculated from the integration process. So we will just go through it. In the very first situation, we have to only consider about only zero order and first order rate of reactions. We will only find the value of K, the rate constant, for both zero order and the first order reactions. Second order and higher order reactions, rate constant, it's not necessary because it becomes a more complicated equation. We have to understand how it is derived. Derivation is important because this derivation is asked in many times, and it could be asked in the form of numericals or the word problem. Okay, so how will you find the rate of a zero order reaction? In today's class, we will discuss how we will find the rate of a zero order reaction. Okay, imagine you have a reaction which is having reactant R and product P, a reaction which has a reactant and it gives a product, a simple reaction. Now if we try to write the rate of this reaction, we can write it as minus d concentration of R divided by dt equals, according to the rate law, how can we write? The rate law means rate constant into the concentration of the reactant. What is the concentration of the reactant? This is the concentration of the reactant, but it is a zero order reaction. The zero order reaction means the power of the reactant will be 0. So K, concentration of R to the power K, concentration of R to the power 0. Okay, that's how we get it. Anything which we multiply with something that has a power to the power 0 means the value will be 1, right? This will be 1, this thing. So we can multiply this in the following way, minus d R by dt equals K into 1, right? Now K into 1 means K, so we can write the equation something like this. The equation becomes minus dr by dt equals K. So we'll rearrange it. by writing dr equals k into dt, where we will transport this minus to here, minus k into dt. I hope you understood how it is done. Now we will proceed to the integration process. So how will we integrate this particular thing? What we have, we have dr. So integrate dr equals, what do we have in the right hand side? Minus k dt. So minus outside, integral k into dt. This is how we integrate. Integral with respect to r means it will be r itself, right? It will be r itself. How will you write integral dx with respect to something, a particular terminology? It will be x itself. So here integral of dx will be x itself. I means r, integral of r, it's r itself, equals minus k into dt. The function is t, so we will change it in terms of t. So k is a constant, so minus k dt, d into t, what will be it? It will be t, right, plus I. How do you get it? Integral x, sorry, integral dt, constant, integration of a constant means the constant itself. The same methodology is used. Integral 1 means integral 1 dx, if it is there, then it will be integral, sorry, it will be x itself, right? So same methodology is used here. So minus kt plus I, where this I is actually an integration constant that you had studied, that for every integration you will put an integration constant at last. Okay. Now if we consider one thing, suppose if we are imagining that we take time 0. If the time is 0, the reactant which we had taken will also be having an initial concentration. We will consider it as an initial concentration. If time is 0, then reactant will be initial reaction, means initial concentration, because at a particular time the starting reaction concentration is to be taken. So we put this value in this particular equation. What will we get? We will get R0 equals t is equal to 0. So if we put that t is equal to 0 here, it will become 0 plus I. So what will be the value? R0 equals I. So this is the equation that we got. R0 is equal to I. So what will we do? We will take it as first equation. So in that first equation, we will put the value of I in this first equation itself. In this equation, we will put this value of I. So how can we write it? How will we write it? We will write it in such a way. So what we have the equation R equals minus k into t plus I. We got the value of I, we will put that value. What will be the value? R equals minus kt plus R0. That is the equation that we got, right? That is the equation. Now from there, here we will find this equation for k. So if we put minus k on the left side and this R to the right side, we will get kt equals R0 minus concentration of R, means initial concentration minus final concentration. Okay, because initial concentration will be always higher, we can consider in that way also. Final concentration will, however, will be small, right? So what will be the value of k? So value of k will be k equals R0 minus concentration of R. initial concentration minus final concentration divided by the time. This is the value of rate constant for a zero order reaction. This is the value of the rate constant for a zero order reaction. I hope you understood how to derive the equation. Okay, now we will try to draw a slope on the basis of this, draw a graph on the basis of this. How? See, we have the value like uh, concentration of R equals minus KT plus R0. Right, this was the equation that we had. This equation is having very much resemblance with a straight line equation. I think you are knowing about the straight line equation. Y equals mx plus c, right, where if we plot a graph, if we are making a graph, then the x-axis will have t time and the y-axis will have the rate of the concentration R. Then m, what will be the m? Sorry, what will be this m here? This m here will be actually slope, right? But what kind of slope? It is minus k, so it will be a negative slope. So what type of slope we will get? We will get a negative slope. How we will draw a negative slope? Is this the way of drawing a negative slope? No, it is a positive slope. This will be the negative slope, right? So what is this? This is actually k, which is actually a negative slope. This is how we plot the reactions, the zero order reactions. What can we say? Graph. Okay. So I hope you understood how the graph is drawn, how we depicted this equation, and also what is the formula of the rate constant for a zero order reaction. So again, what is the formula of a formula of the rate constant? It is K equals concentration, initial concentration of R0 minus final concentration of R whole divided by T. This is the equation for the rate constant of a zero order reaction. Rate constant for a zero order reaction. I hope you understood the technique to find out, or the derivation methodology to find out how it is derived. Okay, now we will discuss some examples which come under zero order reaction. So some of the examples that come under the zero order reaction, we just need to understand the example. Decomposition of gaseous ammonia on hot platinum surface. It is a best example of zero order reaction, because in that case the rate will be actually K. Okay, any reaction which has a catalyzed reaction where catalyst is used. Here the catalyst is platinum. If a catalyst is used, most of the reactions which are using catalyst, they are actually zero order reaction. Also there is one more example of another reaction which use catalyst: thermal decomposition of hydrogen iodide on gold surface, where gold is actually the catalyst. Gold is actually the catalyst. So what is catalyst? I think you are knowing. Something which is added in extra in a reaction to either increase or decrease the rate of the reaction. Something which is added in extra in a reaction so that the rate of the reaction could be altered. Means it can be increasing, it can be decreasing. What actually the platinum, what actually this platinum surface or this platinum catalyst does is actually quite different. This platinum structure, it tries to maintain a particular condition, where if you are using a high pressure, the metal surface, the platinum metal actually, it gets saturated. So in that case, a particular situation comes where the reaction change, certain change in that particular reaction, the amount of that ammonia, it will be independent of a concentration. Means it will not be depending upon the concentration of catalyst, how much catalyst it is able to form or not. So because of that catalyst presence, the concentration of the reactant does not depend upon the catalyst and it forms a zero order reaction. Okay, so these are the examples, two main examples. You must bother only about the example. One is the decomposition of gaseous ammonia on hot platinum. Second, thermal decomposition of hydrogen iodide on gold surface. Okay, I hope you understood the topic. I hope you understood the method, how to find out the reaction, rate of reaction, also the plot the graph. The next class we will discuss how to find the rate of first order reaction. Uh, the notes of this chapter is been given as PDF in the comment box. Access the note, write it properly, write it regularly. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.